There's some times where I feel like I want to just give up on the Great Commission. I know that might sound extremely depressing and discouraging, but I know the Holy Spirit told me to record Charles Finney's sermons, to obey Isaiah 58:1, to lift up the voice like a trumpet, to show Jacob the sins, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to obey it right. And it's assuring to go back to that experience to be able to say, I know the Holy Spirit told me to do this. And it's reassuring to go back to that experience and say, I know God told me to do this. And that I'm not just self-initiated in what I'm doing. So it breaks my heart, this thing about Kirk Cameron and how, and I really wish it would stop. And because there's so much immaturity, these icons and these pictures on these videos on YouTube, they're just making a mockery out of him, and I don't think that that's really deserving of the hard work for the gospel that he's done over the years. Um, and another thing is that, like, I've done really big sins, like not like CSA or, like committing adultery or anything like that, but I mean, I've done sins that are embarrassing enough that if somebody were to tell on me or something, it could besmirch the name of Christ. And I know everything's under the blood, but, I know that God called me to fulfill a great commission, but it's like, I agree with Luther that sin humbles us. Um, and uh, it's something that we need to avoid to walk with the Lord, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna. And I'm just it's one thing to take a person like Kirk Cameron and point at him for making a huge mistake. And it is a huge mistake to reject the biblical hell. Huge. It's not just a mistake, it's major error, but it's like there's a person in there somewhere, and for all intents and purposes, it seems to me that he loves God. Um, and just the lack of humility. It's one thing, to get in the zone and then you don't think about those times. Oh yeah, but what about this, this, and this? What if somebody were to out you on this? Evangelist so and so, pastor so and so, preacher so and so. What if somebody, remember back when you did that thing and you've kept it a secret because you told yourself that it was under the blood and God forgave you of that sin? Yeah, but what if somebody just out of spite decided to out you someday? Would you give them hush money? Should you file a lawsuit against them? There but for the grace of God go I. I don't think that it's ungodly to think that. I think it's good.